It's the Munch Bros double feature. I'm Blasphemous13.
I'm Dr. Cheese.
I'm Tank Girl.
And this is episode, I think it was 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yep, number 4.
Well, how are you guys this week?
A little stir crazy.
Stir crazy.
You know, this week had its ups and downs.
Okay, ups and downs. Were you riding an elevator?
Yes. I got caught in an elevator. This is how I do things, right? I had a paycheck come in, which is nice.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
It was good.
I did too.
A lot of America can't see that currently. And
We're sorry for you.
Anyway.
But yeah, with all the stuff that's going on, stay at home and listen to us. We may be brand new, but I think we're kind of funny here and there.
Looks aren't everything.
Alright, anything crazy other than paychecks happen this week? Like,
I gotta be home with 2 kids all day.
yeah, that's hard.
That's crazy.
An infant and an 11-year-old.
I heard you went to the grocery store and people were freaking you out.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so I just went to the grocery store just to get like 1 or 2 things, and they like restocked some stuff, and people were just like, oh, I need this, and it kind of freaked me out. So I was like, oh my god, maybe I should. And I ended up spending like almost $100 when I was just trying to spend like 20. Because I was like, oh, I just need like 1 or 2 things for my house, and then I see all these people freaking out, and I see one last pack of chicken. I was like, holy shit, maybe I should buy this.
The good news is that store that you were in is almost fully stocked.
Oh, I know, thank God.
Except for toilet paper, which in 2020, I told Dr. Cheese this, that I found out that the one thing people are worried about in this world in 2020 is not being able to wipe their ass with paper.
Why don't you just jump in the shower? For real.
They're like, no kind of American would ever buy a bidet.
A bidet. No bidet.
Have you ever seen
French crap?
Have you seen that video of how to make your own bidet? And it was a drill with a toilet brush on it, and it spun after you went to the bathroom.
I actually saw a better one. Somebody went to Ace or any of the hardware stores, and they got stuff for their pipes, and they basically made it to where their water pipes from the toilet could be switched into a hose off the side of their toilet, and they could spray their ass.
I
was like, that would be messy.
That would be messy.
That's what we call redneck bidets.
Redneck bidets.
That's what we call redneck ingenuity, to be honest.
Rednecks have the best shit.
Well, I mean, it's never up to code, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And may explode.
Hey, if it explodes, that means it's awesome.
It's half the joy.
I mean, that's why we watch action movies, because they blow up, and it's awesome, right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Shout out to rednecks everywhere. I'm drinking Pabst when I'm not drinking hard alcohol.
Rednecks for sure.
You are the Pabst man.
He is. He's our Pabst man.
I am.
Well, we'll go into nerd news.
News.
What's happening in the world of nerd this week? Or in the past. I don't know. It depends. But what we found out this week, Doctor's got something.
As of right now, I am the doctor. I give you bad news. I'm sorry. I don't have a whole lot of bedside manner on this. A lot of America is what is called essential workers, right? To include GameStop for some reason.
GameStop.
They're like, we're essential. Yeah, we're definitely essential. And now the guidelines that they're putting out, they're telling clerks to run cards, but when they take the cards, they put their hand in an inside-out plastic bag, one of their GameStop bags, and they take the card, they run it, and they put the products in the bag, put it inside out. It's another way of saying, hey, we care, but not enough to, make sure our employees are actually safe. It's ridiculous. Shout out to GameStop employees. To hell with you, GameStop. Just saying.
To hell with them, I mean, at least they say that they will do curbside pickup, I think it was. Unless they stopped that. But
they probably stopped it.
To me, GameStop is something that's going to die. I hate to say it.
Well,
I mean, with all this downloading online, I don't see GameStop sticking around long.
Well, it's been going that way for years. They've been trying to pivot to like merch and stuff like that. You ever see
they
their
got pops and shit.
Yeah, like
no one gives a shit about GameStop anymore.
No one gives a shit.
I do, only when I need PlayStation cards.
No, like, you'll give them your whole freaking collection of games, like, okay, cool, $5.
Well, I mean, it's
Are
the
you kidding
same
me?
with like when Tower was around, or when
Tower.
Sacramento Dimple did the same thing.
Love Dimple.
Nowadays, you give them 50 games, and what they give you is a deadly fucking disease.
Deadly fucking disease.
Death.
Well, I mean, okay, well. GameStop for sure. Clean your ass.
Wash your hands.
Wash your goddamn hands.
Wash your ass with some toilet paper.
Because if you want coronavirus, that's how you get coronavirus.
Yeah, let's not do that. Well, I've got some stuff for the nerd news that
What
I
you
thought
got?
everybody would like to maybe know, if you haven't already heard. But there's some stuff going on in the online streaming world. And it's the first thing I saw was that YouTube is actually going to limit quality on all videos for 1 month due to the coronavirus. So basically, they think reducing bandwidth is gonna make things better somehow. Do you see how that could be useful?
I heard a related story. It was not so family-friendly a site, but what they did was the opposite. They gave people free accounts for like a month in Italy because they were like home quarantined. Right?
Yeah.
And they said, all right, well, we'll go ahead and like double up your the server space and make sure that y'all have plenty of bandwidth to keep yourselves entertained. Thank you.
Well, supposedly they're reducing this all around the world, and because it's going to ease the internet traffic. So I guess in order to try to make other internet areas more efficient, because there won't be as many people on. But at the same time, they're giving you an option on your videos, if you don't want to be throttled like that for standard definition, to just press the button that says, hey, play it in high def. So is it really helping out, or is it just saying, hey, we're just trying to look cool, but we're going to give you the option to just say screw us?
Well, honestly, now this is a thing that I have a Bluetooth speaker in my car because I am a cheap piece of shit. I will not spend money on my car audio. Look at that thing; it's a hunk of crap. I don't care.
Why don't you get a freaking Oxford?
Listen, that's
Not the point.
it's
That's
not the point at all.
Okay, my bad, yeah.
Plus, his radio is not cool enough to have an aux
Oh,
port.
do you not have cool? You don't have a cool radio.
No, I don't.
Your
Right?
radio's lame.
And I'm not going to spend the money on that hunk of crap.
No, it's a Ford.
You've seen that thing?
Ew, Fords are nasty.
And absolutely disgusting. Fuck you, Ford. Fixed or repaired daily. Anyway, so the actual use I have for YouTube, 99% of the time, is going to be in my car setting up so I can listen to a podcast or my music playlist. Anyway,
Is that it?
yeah, those are,
Wow, that was just like...
that's a good use for reduced bandwidth because I only need standard definition for that.
Well,
Sure.
there you go.
Right?
You just like stopped and I was like still listening to you and you just stopped and stared off into space.
That's
and
what
like,
that's what the doctor does.
The doctor
He
does.
ropes you in and then he just cuts it off and said, "Fuck you."
All right, is
Sorry
it
for the
my turn?
language. I know. And then, yeah, Tank Girl, you've got something you want to talk
I
about.
actually
nerd news.
have some positive nerd news. Now, I always try to find the positive in everything, even though like everything that's been going on lately has been kind of shitty. I actually have something great. So, actors have been going on social media, going on their Twitters, Instagrams, Facebooks, everything like that, and they're reading to people. Chris Evans is reading children's books to kids who unfortunately have not been in school. We got Patrick Stewart, who's reading Shakespeare's sonnets.
Patrick Stewart.
Dude, Patrick Stewart is my favorite.
Patrick Stewart.
And then we have LeVar...
Stewart.
Shut up. And then we have LeVar Burton
Reading Rainbow.
from Reading Rainbow and Star Trek,
Butterflies in the sky.
who's reading
Twice as high.
who's reading short stories by Neil Gaiman, and he actually approved it.
It's in a book.
Neil
Just
Gaiman.
take a look.
Oh my god, can
The
I?
reading room.
And
There you go.
I really think that they're trying to put positivity out there, and I really love that. And especially listening to Patrick Stewart read Shakespeare is just it's enchanting to me because I just love his voice. And then Chris Evans reading children's books is it's very good, but nothing
Captain
beats
America.
Yes, Captain America. But that's not all. You know, we got Betty White who's doing it. We have like all these other.
Can I stop you there? You said Patrick Stewart's enchanting. Yes, he is.
He's very
I
enchanting.
would listen to him read out a takeout menu for someplace I don't even like.
I would like my bedspread to be made out of his voice.
Oh
Out of
my
his voice.
God. How
Or
you would sleep so
okay,
well.
Patrick Stewart's voice or Morgan Freeman's voice.
You know,
I think I could get
I
better
would
sleep
want
with
one,
Morgan Freeman.
I would want one of each.
One of each.
So you can
As long
switch
as
off
it's-
every
I would-
night?
As
No,
long as it's
I want-
Egyptian cotton, right?
I want no. Listen, I want a bedspread made of Morgan Freeman's voice with a pillow made entirely of Patrick Stewart's voice.
But why not? Okay, sure. I can do that.
But
Best sleep of my life.
And then
Any-
a blanket made out of Betty White.
gotta have that old bad somewhere.
Don't you kink shame me?
But no, I think this is really good for everything that's going on. I think that these celebrities, these people who take the time to try to still bring culture to our lives, even when we're in a really bad place, I think it's uplifting. And I always try to find the joy in things. And
Oh, yeah.
right now, this is the best joy that,
certainly.
and I love it. You know, like these people, like, I know some millennials don't know who LeVar Burns is, but it's like LeVar Burton is.
All
but,
millennials know who LeVar Burton is. You're talking to the Zoomers, don't know.
okay,
who LeVar
the
Burton
Zoomers. We're millennials. Sadly, we're in the same category, but we know Reading Rainbow. We know when he was in Star Trek with Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
And it's
millennials,
just-
I'm not judging you like these two are. I'm just saying.
I'm
on.
not judging.
Go on.
The doctor
But-
always judges.
We grew up with Reading Rainbow, so just the fact that LeVar Burton is reading again, and these short stories
I don't
by
think LeVar ever stopped reading, but reading to people, yeah.
reading. You know what I meant,
I know exactly what you mean.
fucking Dr. Cheese.
Hey,
But no, I just
Culpability,
I
right?
I feel like it's good for the soul. Because sometimes there's people who don't like to read, but when they hear people read stories to them, you know, it makes them feel better. Like, oh my God, like this person's telling me an amazing story. And I find that very warming and, you know, very comforting.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now who I'd like to be reading me stories, and that'd be the Shat himself, William Shatner.
Oh my God.
Once upon a time,
Well, that's
there
because-
was 3 bears.
That's because he wouldn't actually be reading any stories whatsoever. He'd just be reading William Shatner.
And then, he'd be reading, and then he'd have to stop and say Expedia.com.
Oh no, Priceline.
Oh, Priceline, whatever.
Just in the middle of everything, he's just like randomly just. God!
God!
Oh, well, okay.
No,
Oh,
but-
hey, guys, guess what today is? It's Leonard Nimoy's birthday.
Is it
Oh.
really?
It is. Happy birthday, Spock.
Rest in peace, Spock.
Rest
We
in
all miss you.
peace.
You
So
were an
it is-
amazing person.
It is Leonard Nimoy's birthday, and I saw that earlier today, and I love Spock. And you know what's crazy is not a lot of people know everything that he's in. You know, he was in the Twilight Zone. He was
Yes.
in Columbo.
So was Shatner, and so was a lot of people in
Well,
Twilight
he was
Zone.
also in like Columbo and like
Oh,
all
yeah.
those old shows like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like really looking at his history, and I was like, wow, Leonard Nimoy is a pretty badass. And
Oh, yeah.
ladies, he was good looking back in the day. I mean, oof.
Well, let me tell you something, alright? Leonard Nimoy is awesome.
He is.
But none of our heroes are perfect. Here's the bad thing that Leonard Nimoy
I don't want to know about a bad thing
You
that Leonard
got
Nimoy.
to.
No,
He appeared on Big Bang Theory.
he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, when? The only time he appeared is when Penny brought Sheldon a napkin that says, "Oh, this is from Leonard Nimoy." Leonard Nimoy, his DNA. I can make my own Leonard Nimoy. Like that's the only episode.
and he's showing us a picture of it.
Oh.
Leonard Nimoy
okay.
had a cameo on The Big Bang Theory.
Well,
it's probably before he died.
Why is that a problem?
Because it's The Big Bang Theory. Right?
But there was a lot of great people.
Okay,
on
well,
there.
That's
I
true.
like The Big Bang Theory.
I mean, God, what's his name?
No accounting for
Oh my
taste.
God, I can't even think of things right now. We had Darth Vader on there. I think didn't we have
You
Uhura,
mean- oh.
the Uhura on there? The
No.
lady who played Uhura. I swear she was on there. I could be wrong.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, well, James Earl Jones. My dad freaking
Carrie-
Ubered for him.
Carrie Fisher. Carrie
My
Fisher
dad
was
was
on
an
there.
Uber for James Earl
It's
Jones.
not
Wasn't it
funny
awesome?
anymore, James. Then
What-
why am
what's
I
the Crusher?
laughing?
Oh yeah, Crusher, of course. Yeah.
He was on there.
There's
There's a lot of people
So,
on there.
He was on there multiple times. He played.
Well, yeah,
played
he
a
was
villain.
Sheldon's nemesis. That's why.
Yeah, that's great.
So, but that's cool. Okay. Well, the nerd news is done. That's enough news for today.
Nerd news.
Nerd news. So, we've got from last time. We said we were gonna have a top 5. We do. That's what we kind of do around these parts now.
Around these here parts.
We like doing a top 5. It's fun. Last week's top 5 was supposed to be 5 childhood nostalgia movies that just made you go ooh. You know, it made you remember when you were a kid. And I think we all probably could have named more than 5, but we decided only 5, so we wouldn't be rambling forever.
I thought we were gonna do 5 plus 1 honorable mention.
Okay,
If-
we can do that one.
If you
5.
have an honorable mention, yes. I don't have an honorable mention.
I have an honorable mention.
Me too. I just thought of one. So
Can I go
guess what?
first?
We'll let Tank Girl go.
All right. Hello.
Start with your 5.
Okay.
Go to 1, and then after 1, do your honorable mention.
Okay. My number 5. I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but it's Warriors of Virtue.
That's
Does
one of my favorite movies.
Has anybody remembered that? You remember that movie?
I own a VHS of it.
Kung Fu Kangaroos.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, like I used to like come home and watch that movie like every fucking day. Like I loved that movie. It was, I don't know what it was like. To me, it had kind of like a creep factor, and then I forgot about it for like 15 years. For 15 years, I forgot about it, and then.
Then she married me.
And then I married Blasphemous, and we found it at Dimple
I
for
told
like
her,
99 cents.
Do you remember this? Also, for people who don't know, Dimple is a record store in Sacramento, California.
And we watched it again. I was like, oh my god, this movie's so freaking corny, but I love it. It's amazing.
Freaking Kung Fu Kangaroos. It's fun.
Number 4. This is a Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
My Date with the President's Daughter.
With
yeah,
freaking
My Date
Will,
with her.
With Will from Boy Meets World.
Yeah. Eric. He goes, feed
Eric.
me.
Yeah, who plays Eric?
I feel
I
like
never-
there's a section of nostalgia that, like, just there's a hole punch in my brain.
His name's Will Friedle.
Will Friedle.
Will
Okay,
Friedle
so,
is a section in my head.
So, My Date with the President's Daughter is a delivery boy who runs into a girl who is the president's daughter.
But he doesn't know.
Well, he doesn't know, and she's running from the Secret Service. And he goes, "Do you want to go on a date?" She goes, "Yeah, pick me up." Oh, it's a big White House. You can't miss it. And he realizes he's on the date with the president's daughter, and it's actually a really fun campy movie, and I enjoy it. Like,
It's a very corny 90s movie. I mean, it's all 90s all the time. You got Will Friedle with a bowl cut, for
All right.
God's sakes.
Has Will Friedle ever played anything that wasn't just like him being an idiot?
he was. Oh no, he wasn't.
I mean, God,
He played Deadpool in the Spider-Man.
He did in the Spider-Man cartoon, the newer one.
He was Deadpool.
Yeah, he voiced Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, number 3, Harriet the Spy.
Wow.
Has
Michelle Trachtenberg.
when she was hella like young,
Yeah.
and with Rosie O'Donnell too.
Yeah, when she was young.
And she was actually like.
I don't remember this movie.
Really?
Harriet the Spy?
Harriet the Spy. She was like a little kid who was like a little menace
Well,
and always
like,
got into shit.
I know the name.
She wasn't a menace. She was a little girl. It was a Nickelodeon movie. A little girl who wanted to be a spy, but she was like 10. And she just got into people's business by spying on them, and then ends up finding out.
Something bad about a person. I
And then
haven't
she
seen
tries.
it in
Then she
so
solves
long.
it. Basically, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So, what's your next
Okay.
one? Number 2?
Yep.
3?
Number 2. Now, because I'm a girly girl, and I
Here we
watched
go.
this every single day of my childhood because it was made the same year I was born.
Spice Girls.
No,
Oh, okay.
The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
The Little Mermaid was my movie. I still watch it to this day. Our daughter, Little Monkey, she watches it with me.
Yeah, she does. She loves the songs.
Okay.
Who could forget? Or classics like Sha-la-la-la-la-la, close your eyes, did something.
You know what's
Kiss the girl.
funny, Dr. Cheese? Is you have the same tattoo I have of Ariel, and you still don't know the words.
How dare
I
you.
kind of convinced him to get a matching tattoo with me, guys, and it's Ariel. It's so hot. All right, my number one. Now, this is probably a number one for everybody, but to me, this actually means something. The original trilogy of Star Wars. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I watched it all the time with my dad, and it got me to love Star Wars. It was the one thing that I looked up to Princess Leia and said, I want to be her when I grow up, because guess what? Bitch didn't need a man. She took care of herself.
But did she really? I mean...
Hey, we don't talk...
She did have a thing with Han. I mean, and she did kiss her brother.
Why do you gotta downplay this shit?
Ooh. You know I love
No one-
Carrie Fisher.
No one talks about the freaking...
You know I love Leia.
I do. And you know what? Like, a lot of people, like, I hope a lot of nerds out there go, you know what? I remember watching Star Wars when I was growing up. And you know what? That will always be my number one.
Okay.
But I have my honorable mention.
honorable mention.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I
For my
used to-
father, he would be very happy to hear you say that.
I used to watch Blues Brothers with my dad because also had Carrie Fisher in it, and I love Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. Like, they were amazing.
Lots of good music.
It's
and lots
dark.
of legends come out.
We're
in that
wearing
movie.
sunglasses, and we
Got a full tank of gas.
No, we have a half. Is it a full tank of gas? Half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Yeah.
All right.
We're on a mission from God.
Well, on that, remember, there's no underwear in space.
If you don't get that reference, then you are not a Star Wars fan.
Yes. I don't know. Do you want me to do my 5, Doctor, or do you want to do yours?
I'd be alright with you doing yours first.
Mine. Okay, I've got also an honorable mention too. But my number 5, my favorite movie, I have a VHS of. One of them, actually. It's my favorite. Surf Ninjas.
Oh my god, with
Oh, yeah.
Ernie Reyes Jr., Leslie Nielsen, and one of the very first
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider movies,
Yeah.
where he was bald and what was that?
No, he was a
Not bald.
redhead.
He was yeah. No, it wasn't bald. Sorry, it was buzz cut, but he was like a red.
He was a ginger.
Do you remember this movie, Doctor?
Wait, which movie was it?
Surf Ninjas.
I remember this movie. I don't remember any of the details about it. Besides Rob Schneider being a redheaded buzz cut.
So what happened in the movie, there's basically these 2 kids who are basically going to be kings of this Asian country. I don't know if it's like, it looks like Thailand, or it could have, well, actually no, it was more of like a ocean country. Maybe even an island. I don't even know. And somebody tries to take over and basically kills their parents, so they send these kids off to America to grow up with somebody else they call dad. Well, they never remembered it because they were so young, and they grew up, and then all of a sudden these ninjas trying to kill them. Well, then their long-lost uncle, who's been watching them and basically protecting them, comes out of nowhere, tells them, you're going to be kings, and brings them back. They learn that they've got like secret abilities, like Ernie Reyes Jr. can fight in martial arts like it's nothing, like instantly. And then his brother is like kind of like a precog, like, but he uses his Sega Game Gear to see what's about to happen. It's like he's playing a video game the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they basically just have to kick Leslie Nielsen's ass, who's like, I think, if I remember, he's like part robot. Like, he's got fucking...
God, Leslie Nielsen was such a treasure, man.
He was such a treasure.
Rest in peace, Leslie Nielsen. We love you.
We loved you.
Here's another
Still
movie,
do.
Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Yes.
Mel Brooks, Amazing.
Oh yes, I watched the hell out of that movie.
All right, then our number 4 is a Disney movie. People don't remember it's a Disney movie unless you really love this movie, and that's Heavyweights. One of Ben Stiller's first movies. It's about fat camp.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
And Ben Stiller tries to make them healthy and skinny, and they're like, "Oh hell no." Then you got my all-time favorite movie, ever since I was 5, and I just watched it at my babysitter's. That's The Goonies. Love The Goonies. They never say die.
Yeah, Goonies never
Sloth
say
love chunk. You know, all that good stuff.
What was something that was great about that film that was like really in the spotlight is it was a good adventure film. There was a lot of puzzles.
Right.
You could see that as a D&D game.
Yeah. I see that, and it was good. That's the kind of the adventure I saw in that I Kill Giants movie that we talked about in the last episode.
Right, yeah.
You know, so...
Episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. It makes you feel like a kid who's adventuring, you know, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 2 is a movie that a lot of people don't remember, but it's a Macaulay Culkin movie. Can anybody guess what this is?
Well, it's not Home Alone.
It's not Home Alone. It's Macaulay Culkin, and it features Christopher Lloyd. Let's see. Can you not?
Christopher Lloyd.
This movie...
Richie Rich.
No.
No?
Page Master.
Page Master. Oh, that was so good.
He was the librarian, don't you know?
Yeah, he played the librarian and the page master. Like, he was the wizard.
Nice.
You know, like, it was great. If you don't know what this movie is, it's a great kids movie. Basically, Macaulay Culkin's kid is kind of like a bullied child. No, not a bullied child. He's a scaredy cat in Central. And he goes into this... Oh, no, he's not a scaredy cat. He's scared of getting hurt, so he's, like, really cautious and safe about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets stuck in the storm, and he goes and finds shelter in this library, and Christopher Lloyd's there, and he's like, you need a library card, gives it to him, and then he starts looking for books.
No, I don't remember this film.
And then, well, I'm telling them, they're looking for books, and he goes through the library, and the library starts churning into animation, and he ends up going on adventures with a book that is called Adventure, a book that is called Horror, and a book that is called Fantasy. And he has to stand up and learn how to not be so safe and take risks. And it was just a really wholesome movie.
Yeah.
Do you know who Fantasy was?
Whoopi Goldberg, wasn't it?
Yep.
I forgot who the
Who
other two
was
were.
Adventure?
I forgot.
Patrick Stewart.
What?
And oh my God,
Who was Horror?
Frank Winkler.
You know,
Frank Welker.
Oh, Welker. Guess who was Dr. Jekyll?
Mr. Hyde.
It was Leonard Nimoy.
See, my pick brought it back to everything we've already talked about.
everything always revolves around both Star Trek and Star Wars.
Heck yes, it does. But Page Master, you know what? I really loved Page Master, and it's a really good film.
Yeah, and then I gotta go to my number one, and that's a trilogy. My wife already talked about a trilogy. This is another trilogy.
Oh, I bet I know what it is.
This trilogy is Back to the Future.
Yes, I knew it was.
We all know how good that movie is.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. And I'm not going to go into that, because if you don't know Back to the Future, then
You live under a rock.
You need to get out of that rock. What I want to mention is another fun kids movie, because if I was a kid and their childhood nostalgia movies, most of the things I watched were children movies. Mm-hmm. And I've got tons of other movies that I didn't put on here that I wish I could have.
Me
but
too.
I didn't. An honorable mention is Fern Gully.
Oh my god.
Just for the sheer fact that not only is there Robin Williams in this movie, there's Tim Curry in this freaking movie.
Ooh,
and he plays a toxic monster. It's freaking cool.
With my toxic love.
And he sings. It's like almost rock and roll.
Okay, so
it is absolutely. But let me interject real quick. I loved the hell out of Fern Gully, and when I learned about why Robin Williams did it, I loved it even more. Mm-hmm. He said, it is an important message. And he said, they didn't want to pay me very much, but I took it because it's an important lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Him as Batty, it made the movie.
You know what's funny? Is just like, Aladdin or any other like movie where he does voiceover, they just let him go on a tangent and they just edited it.
Yeah, you can't have had Robin Williams in a movie and not have had his jumping off. He goes on rants, man.
Pause.
He went
Pause.
on it.
Beer time. It's beer time. You gotta pause. There you go.
But no, yeah, you can't have Robin Williams just read from a script. You gotta let him be free, and that's what I love because he did that in Ferngully too. But coming back to Tim Curry, if you haven't heard Tim Curry sing, then ooh, are you missing out?
Okay.
He's just a sweet
Toxic
transvestite.
Love. I love that song.
That brings me back when I was a little girl.
When you were a little girl, Dr. Cheese.
Yes.
Before the change. All right,
right,
Doctor.
Dr.
Give me your
Cheese, let's
top
get the
five.
top
And if you can
five.
think of the honorable mention, go for it.
None of you had any of the movies on my list.
Good.
And
Yay, new stuff.
I am glad for this.
None of us had any of these movies.
Let me-
Everybody has something
let me
different,
tell
so
you,
I'm
well,
like it.
at least someone here had a Tom Hanks movie, right? Mm-hmm. Well, me too. My number 5 is Big.
Oh,
Big was so good.
Now,
Great movie.
let me encapsulate this in a short set of words. T. Hanks is 80s mystical magic and a kid that should be in school being a toy ideas guy for like a major company.
uh-huh.
I mean, what's not to like? It's a fish out of water story, but it's also someone getting everything they want to in the world.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is a treasure.
Oh, Tom Hanks has done so much for film.
Oh my god. You know
I heard that he is actually getting better off of this whole virus thing that he
Thank
got.
God.
Tom and Rita, yeah.
Him and his wife, they seem like they're doing better, so that's good.
We should talk, not right now, but we should figure out our favorite Tom Hanks movie. Because I got like
How about
8.
favorite?
You can't do
You
favorite
have
because
to
I
do
got,
you have to do a favorite one because there is no Tom Hanks movie I've ever seen that I don't fucking love.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
So you
Like,
gotta have one.
But there is not one because
No,
like
you can't have a top 5. You need to have one.
All right.
oh,
all
that
right,
is
all
so
right,
impossible.
all right. Time's done.
Hey,
for my no-
wait. I'm interjecting here. If we can do a favorite Tom Cruise movie, we can do a favorite Tom Hanks movie.
Tom Hanks is more lovable than Tom Cruise.
That's true. That's why
That
it
is,
was
like,
so
so-
hard to do Tom Cruise.
And
but-
it's so hard to do Tom Hanks because there's
Guys,
like so
guys.
many movies I love.
Okay, guys, we gotta
Okay,
we
go to your next
gotta
one.
cut my number 5 short. T. Hanks, but next. Independence Day.
oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, I was thinking like little kid nostalgia movies. If I had gone
That-
into when I was like a little bit
No,
older.
no,
then boom.
I went with whatever made me feel like the most nostalgic for when I was a kid because ID4 came out when we were kids.
I
Yeah,
love.
and you know what? That's okay. Like Independence Day was a really good movie.
I remember
Like,
seeing it in the theaters with my dad. and,
Oh
it was
yeah,
good.
I saw it with my mom.
There's plenty of points that make this movie good. We've got Randy Quaid.
Got Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid's amazing. In
We
this
got Jeff
movie.
Goldblum.
Got Jeff Goldblum.
Will Smith
Will Smith when he was good.
Will Smith when he
and Bill.
Bill Paxton.
Bill-
No. Is it Bill Paxton?
No, it's not Bill Paxton. It's
Oh, what's his name? He
Yeah,
plays.
whatever.
He plays the president.
Yeah,
He
in
freaking-
Dave. Let me go back to this. This movie is made entirely of movie catchphrases, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
100% here for it.
Oh, I know. I love catchphrases.
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Bill
There it
Pullman
is.
and Bill Paxton. And strangely enough, same guy.
Great save.
But like it was cool. It was like our first
Shit.
like major aliens film that we actually saw like really creative aliens.
Let's just. I'm sorry to stop you here, but let's just take a look at the cast. You've got Jeff Goldblum,
Yes.
Bill Pullman, Will Smith, Vivica A. Fox,
Oh yeah, she was a.
Judd Hirsch,
Oh wow.
Brent Spiner, Data himself.
Holy shit.
More Star Trek.
He was the one who.
Brent Spiner was
yeah,
was
he's a
the
scientist.
He was the
Yeah.
scientist.
yeah, and he was the guy that the alien like spoke through.
Yeah.
And he
That is, like,
actually
figure
didn't
out-
die in the first one. He was in the second one too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Randy Quaid,
Yep.
Robert Loggia. He's one of the older guys that was in like older movies. Harvey Fierstein. Oh, guys, how's it going? You know, like that guy. He was the boss of him.
Oh, Fun fact, he was also in Hairspray.
Harry Connick Jr.
He was in it. He was a small thing. There was a lot of big time names in this movie that I completely forgot about.
Independence Day is actually a really good movie.
Y'all can hate all you like on my selection, but that is the one that made me feel the most nostalgia about when I was a kid.
All right, number 3, Dr. Cheese.
Number 3, The Dark Crystal.
Oh
Dude,
my god, I totally
Not
forgot.
gonna lie. I think Kristen showed that to me my very first time.
Oh, wow.
And that was in the last 2 years. I had never actually watched it.
So, my first time watching this wasn't
somebody
actually...
else?
Well, it wasn't actually when I was a kid.
When did you see it?
I saw it as a freshman in high school, and I thought it was incredible. It blew my fucking mind. This is Jim Henson at the darkest part of Jim Henson's mind.
I love Jim Henson at this time because it just shows like how creative he can be. Yes, he has the Muppets. Yes, he has all this jolly and good and happy, but you see a dark side of him. And Dark Crystal actually gave me nightmares, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was genuinely creepy, right?
Okay, so
But
here's
it
my
was
question.
really good.
It was really good. It had a great story.
Like it was all. Not only was it creepy, but it was also wholesome. Like
Had a
it
good
was-
message.
Yeah, very good message.
Now, my question, have you watched the new Dark Crystal that Jim Henson's son did on Netflix?
No, but I have a feeling that maybe I might be reviewing that series.
Good.
When I review.
When Dr. Cheese reviews.
Medical review.
Cheesy reviews.
All right, number 2.
I can't believe none of you picked this. It's got all the big actors. It's got Bill Murray.
No.
It's got Bugs Bunny.
Oh my god, are you talking about Space Jam?
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
It's got freaking Michael Jordan.
Do your dance.
No,
It's the
it has
Space
Bill Murray.
Jam. All that,
I know
all
it does.
that.
And Bill Murray, like, he's a national treasure.
You know what's funny is he comes out and he goes, "Hey guys, I'm ready to play," and it's like, "Yes, go Bill Murray."
Yeah, it's funny as I put that song on in the car the other day. you
Yeah,
know?
I know. Yeah, I heard it and I was like, yeah.
I love me some
Freaking-
Space Jam.
With the Monstars, did any of you have the McDonald's Monstars?
I think I did,
toys?
but I ended up throwing them away.
I had them. I used to play with them all the time.
I was more interested in like Transformers and stuff. And I had like the burger that turned into a robot.
Nerd.
So
Ah, man. Space Jam was like a movie that when I was a kid, I would watch it, and then when it got done, I was like, hey, Dad, can I rewind this and watch it again? And my dad would be like, yeah, whatever, leave me alone.
Okay, so if nobody got that reference, rewinding is what we used to do when we watched movies.
Be kind, rewind.
Which is a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Have you ever seen?
You don't have to treat them like they're children. They have the internet.
All
But
right.
Space Jam is a movie that is timeless. Not
Always will
only
be.
did we grow up with it, but my son, who's 11, used to watch it when he was like 7.
Anytime I hear...
he's never thought it was old looking. He thought it was cool.
What? Who else is in it? Newman.
The guy who plays Newman. I forget what his real name is, but he was in Jurassic Park and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Anytime I hear anyone say any, tentative news about how someone's trying to remake Space Jam,
They can't do it.
I get so angry, like irrationally angry, because
Don't
that
do
was my
it.
childhood. Like, do not fuck my childhood up.
It's not that I don't think they want to remake it. I think they more want to make a sequel. And they were
Again,
talking
Batman.
about
With
they were talking about with
LeBron
LeBron James. Like, ugh. Best-
Gag me with a
I'm sorry to say,
spoon.
but sports players aren't the same as they used to be. Back then, it seemed to be like they were wholesome and very like lovable, and now they're kind of like, I don't want to fucking see you other than on the court.
Yeah, get away from me,
Get away from me.
peon.
All right, Dr. Cheese, yo, number 1.
So, the reason I placed this at number 1 is because it truly made me feel, just thinking about this, made me feel like I was back when I was like 8, 9 years old, having like sleepovers with my friends, having them come over, have pizza ordered, and
Oh, I love those times.
I
getting
miss
just
those.
tons of soda and like getting stupid,
Crazy.
sick on candy and
Oh
pizza.
yeah, the best times.
Yeah, this is great. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my god, it's me and my son, me and Logus McBrogus' favorite movie for Halloween. We love it.
Every single Ernest movie that came out during my childhood, I watched a million times.
Every Ernest movie is amazing.
But this one in particular was great. It had all like the gross out factor.
Well,
Right?
this
It was
one also,
beautiful.
I think, had more of a budget too.
Yeah,
all the other ones was like one set, and that's what you did.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like, and this one, you know, if you go back and watch it, it still holds up as like a funny, ridiculous kids movie.
Yeah.
But it just, you know, every time I see that man on screen, it just makes me feel great.
Yet again, Jim Varney, rest in peace. We love you still.
Oh God, you are amazing.
Not
and you
only
will
were
always
you
be
amazing as Ernest, you were amazing in the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And all other movies that you were in. Like, you were another treasure that we lost.
100%.
And you don't have an honorable mention. Could I possibly say if I can name one for you?
By all means, I refer my honorable
I mean,
mention.
because I have so many other movies that I could have an honorable for. So
Oh, me too.
so I'm gonna have to name one for me, and I think that movie will be Ghostbusters, the first one.
That's true.
That's a great one.
That's 100% true. Ghostbusters, the first one, that was also my childhood with Ernest, but that was family time.
Yeah.
That was a family time movie. That was me and my mom and my dad, my sister. We were all sitting there and like, hey, let's watch Bill Murray be funny with a bunch of dudes.
And
And my dad was like, also Dan Aykroyd, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's Bill Murray.
It's Bill freaking Murray.
Can I do one more?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you do one more.
This is something that it's actually very old. Very, very, very old. And I actually just showed Blasphemous this about a year ago when I went on my maternity leave. But it is a Cary Grant movie.
Well,
And it's Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh, I
My-
read that book. It's so good.
Okay, so
The movie's
my
great.
dad
Cary
I
Grant.
think it was actually a short story.
Okay, so my dad raised me on black and white movies from the year of 1940 to 1960. And I've seen them all, like Some Like It Hot, you know, which is it's a Marilyn Monroe movie.
Is that the one that we didn't finish, but
Yeah.
it was really good? Oh, that was a great movie.
But no, Arsenic and Old Lace was.
I think I was in middle school when I read that.
Do you know what it's about? It's
Yes,
about
absolutely. It's about those two old ladies that keep poisoning old vagrants.
Yeah, they poison them, bury them in their basement, and then their nephew, who is about to get married and everything, finds out that they're killing people, and they're like, "Oh no, dear, we know. We're gonna bury him in the basement."
Yeah, he has no clue that they're like this crazy.
Yeah, but
they're serial killers.
okay, but the whole premises of the movie is very funny. Like, it has a nice comedic tone all the way to the end. So
that's
that
nice.
is my last honorable mention. I love black and white movies. Ask my husband, he knows.
Black and white movies are a classic.
They really are, and like there's so many good ones. Like, you got Roman Holiday, which is really good. You have Breakfast at Tiffany. Well, Breakfast at Tiffany's isn't really black and white, but also you got Hello Dolly with Barbara Streisand.
Well,
and
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
say there's something we watch every Christmas time, and that's
White
Christmas.
Christmas.
That's classic.
oh,
There is something I used to watch every New Year's, and that's the Twilight Zone marathon.
oh yeah.
I
well,
love
duh.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone Marathon is like the best.
But the Twilight Zone, if we're talking about nostalgia, about when I was a kid, Twilight Zone, I have seen every single episode probably 3 times.
You know they have the whole box series at Walmart for like $50. We've been wanting to get it.
We're probably gonna get it eventually.
Oh yeah, you gotta show
But
Lotus
they have
that.
them on one of the streaming services. Is it
It's on
Hulu?
CBS.
Oh, I thought no, that's Jordan Peele's. That's the new one.
Oh,
I
that
want to
is-
see that. Jordan
I
Peele's
want to see
amazing.
it too.
It looks
I heard it's pretty good.
Hey guys, if you have seen the new Twilight Zone that Jordan Peele does, let us know what you think of it and if it's really good. We love to hear your comments about it.
Yeah, we haven't comments about anything. You want us to do a top 5? You want us to talk about something or anything?
We're open book.
We've also got a new segment coming up now.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
called Dr. Cheese's Medical Opinion. And if basically what we're going to do is we're going to give him a topic and he's going to tell us his opinion on it. And if you have any opinions you want to ask the cheese man himself, then comment or message us or whatever. Get a hold of us. If you even know us, go ahead. And we will talk about it.
The doctor's in.
The doctor's in.
All right, I shall go first. Dr. Cheese, I want to know your opinion on men who wear short shorts.
Well, as a man who wears short shorts, no, my expert medical opinion is that you should not shame people for wearing what they want to wear.
Even if they're smuggling grapes?
Even if they are smuggling bananas. Look, if you want to wear short shorts, feel good about yourself, if you want to look as ridiculous as possible, you can. It's okay.
There's no body shaming at the Dr. Cheese office.
No,
Absolutely
does not.
That's good. All right, Dr. Cheese. I need to know your medical opinion on burritos.
I would prescribe 5 burritos a day to anyone.
Hot sauce included or not?
It's contextual. Like, for example, do you have a rash?
What if I do?
The answer may change based on that. Now, next question.
All right, girls who go woo in bars.
What I've heard, this is called the wild white girl call something. Now, my expert advice on this would be, if you hear this, make sure the person that this is coming from has received a lot of hydration during the night and continues to hydrate. Otherwise, when they wake up in the morning, they will turn into a kaiju.
A kaiju?
Oh my god.
Jeez.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Cheese.
Absolutely.
All right, Dr. Cheese, I got a medical opinion that I need of yours. And it's something I think happened today to you that I remember at Walmart. Dr. Cheese, give me your medical opinion on people who invade your 6-foot social distancing.
For them, I prescribe death. Immediate death. Look, I've read a lot on virology. I've read a lot on coronavirus. And I've read a lot on my own journal about how I don't like people touching me. So my prescription is, if you want to feel safe, please stay the fuck away from me. And also everyone else, so because you don't want this virus to spread and stuff like that. But seriously, stay away from me.
All right, Dr. Cheese, I got one more for you.
Go on.
I need your medical opinion about guys who smell at Comic-Cons.
Body odor at Comic-Cons.
Now, body odor at Comic-Con is a sign of lack of self-awareness, a sign of lack of self-care. Now, in that situation, anyone that does go to Comic-Con, I would recommend going to a therapist as well as a hygienist. And wash your ass.
Wash your ass.
Wash your ass. Wear deodorant. And if you are going somewhere in the public area, like, after this virus bullshit has died down, if you're going in the public with a bunch of people that are going to be there, pretend like they're going to be experiencing you in all you are currently. And, put yourself in their shoes. You don't want to be smelling people's old funk from 40,000 years ago. Don't subject other people to that. That's my medical opinion.
Yeah, no one wants to smell your ass.
Now, remember, I'm not a real doctor, but I play one on TV.
From that, we'll just go to the stories that we are going to do. Tank Girl, she said she has a review on a show on Netflix.
Yes, I do. So I was shown a show, and it is called Dragula. Now, everybody knows RuPaul's Drag Race. It's about these fabulous queens who compete. It's on VH1. But there's a show called Dragula, and it's a drag queen show by the Roulette Brothers. But it's horror. And it's basically these queens who are like the cringiest. They do like, basically it's special effects makeup. They do horror. And sadly on Netflix, they only have season 2 and 3. They don't even have the first season. If you want to watch the first season, you have to watch it on YouTube.
It's horror drag. It's actually really, it creeps me out sometimes.
And I absolutely love it.
I have no problem with drag. Like, I've watched Drag Race with her and has no problem with it. Like,
this is an LGBTQ friendly podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, no.
But the horror drag, like they just kind of, it's creepy.
Now,
like they had the first episode was them having to turn their drag into the Cenobites
from
Hellraiser.
Oh god.
And
it was cool. But it just gets creepy because if they are like in the bottom 3, they have to do like a task.
Now, in the first episode, if you were in the bottom 3, they would take these needles,
gauges,
done by professional piercers,
different gauges,
and they would pierce you until you basically cried uncle. Like,
yeah, so like through like your like shoulder skin, your arm skin,
your chest
until you just basically gave.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And what's cool is they don't tell you who's gone. Like RuPaul goes sashay away. It goes later that night. And each queen gets brutally murdered.
Yeah.
Like murdered like in a movie. And
fake murder.
Yeah, fake murder basically. But like one got Texas Chainsaw Massacred, one got hit over the head with a frying pan and put into the oven, and like it's just things like that. Like honestly,
things that I would do.
Okay, so oh my god. So
I'm just kidding.
I like gore. I like horror to an extent, and this show, it basically is crazy with horror with drag, and it is just one of those shows that I can't stop watching. Like literally right now I'm in the final with the second season, and right now they're in the wastelands in the Mojave Desert. And if you don't know what the wastelands is a place where people can basically experience their Mad Max fantasies. And they went there and they became a part of that fantasy, and it was really cool. And if you love drag and horror and like things that are kind of gory, like I think you would really enjoy it. It is a very good show. I do recommend it for any of you nerds out there.
I absolutely love drag queens.
Oh, me too.
Me too.
They're fabulous.
You know, anytime that you talk to a drag queen, they'll always make you feel like the world is great.
Oh, I took shots of a drag queen's tits before. It was amazing.
Were they tits?
They were cutlets, but still, they were amazing.
Yeah, no, I imagine drag queens are very good about doing aesthetic really well. So lending that to the horror genre, oh yeah, that's a big win.
Oh yeah, and it's like some of these queens, these are the ones who are like truly out there, and now they have a show that's for them because they'll never make it onto RuPaul, because RuPaul is one of those, like, they're the pageant drag queens. These are like the elegant ones. With Dragula, they're the next drag monster, like, and they call them hello uglies, you know, like stuff like that.
Yeah, they're more like the crafters.
Yes, like, and you know what's crazy is some of their outfits are like mind blowing. Like, I could never even think of making something like that.
They're basically effects makeup artists, and these people. Mm-hmm. Like, it's dragged to a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah.
We watched one where it was them basically being moms, huh? alien moms with their tits hanging
It was
out.
crazy.
Like, it was nasty. It was awesome though.
But yeah, that's that show. It's Dragula by the Boulet brothers on Netflix. And
Yes.
it's a few seasons.
Only season 2 and 3. I'm sad, but
So.
it's good.
Yeah, like I said, it makes me feel uneasy sometimes of what shit they do. But other than that, it's still a really good show.
And like I said, I love it.
You know? And it's not them being drag queens that makes me uneasy. It's the shit they do.
Oh my god. The extermination challenges are nasty.
Alright, so I've got something that I want to make you guys aware of here in Las Vegas, where we are. Right now, obviously, it's closed. Because everything's closed. Hopefully, we'll reopen everything on the 16th.
Yeah, the 16th.
But if
that's
not,
what they tell me.
okay, whenever. This place is called The Void. It's at the Venetian. There's also other ones around the country. I can't tell you where. I think there's one in Florida by Walt Disney World. And I think there might be one in LA somewhere. But the one here is at the Venetian. What it is a fully immersive 3D experience. Now, we have a lot of those here, but it's not a thing you sit down on. This place, basically, from what I have heard, they have 3D mapped entire warehouses, and you wear a virtual reality visor and you walk through the warehouses. Now, if you were to look at it without your headset on, it would look like just a warehouse with a bunch of like walkways that you're walking through. You put your headset on, it's mapped out to look like different things. Let's show you some of the things that they can actually show you. You can go on an adventure in Jumanji.
No way.
No,
Really?
So basically, it says the evil Hakar has stolen the scepter of Sapayu, containing the red jewel of Jumanji, and your companions must enter the game, take on the form of its heroes, and stop Hakar from remaking the world into his own. Only you can save Jumanji. That's the first one.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I would totally save
And at
Jumanji.
$40 a person,
yeah.
if it's a full immersive experience, and I think you actually have a gun where you could shoot things in the thing too, that's not too bad for a night out.
That'd be like
you're
a fun
spending
date
more at a
night.
bar.
That'd be a fun date night, you know?
Well, then you got the second one. This one's called Avengers Damage Control.
Ooh.
Basically, Shuri from Black Panther has recruited your team to test a powerful new prototype design combining Wakandan and Stark technology. When an enemy from the past seeks to steal the technology, I'm thinking maybe Ultron, because he's like, he wants, technology. He wants to steal your technology. You'll fight alongside some of your favorite Avengers like Doctor Strange, Wasp, Ant-Man, to try to stop the attack. So basically you have blasters because you're basically supposed to be inside of a Stark suit, shooting laser beams at your hands. And then the last one's called Star Wars, Secrets of the Empire.
Oh, man, I would totally be into that
It says your mission is to recover Imperial intelligence vital to the rebellion's survival. Disguised as a stormtrooper, you will be transported with your friends and family to the molten planet of Mustafar. Grab your blasters, solve puzzles, and fight giant lava monsters to fulfill your team's orders.
That
I
sounds
just
dope.
want to know, if you're still disguised as a stormtrooper, can you even shoot this lava monster?
one. Well, because, stormtroopers can't hit anything.
So, yeah, so you can do whole parties or just a couple people, depending on it. It says you can get groups of 13 people or more in these things.
Man, that would be like so much fun to just do. If you're in Vegas and you want to do something like this, that would be a fun.
Or any of the voids around the I think maybe the world, but I know the country for sure.
But you know what? That
Oh
just
shit, there's actually a couple more. They have one called Ralph Breaks VR. So Ralph Breaks the Internet, but VR.
That's
Oh,
cool.
I don't know what Nicodemus is. And they have a Ghostbusters one.
Oh, I would totally do Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's probably based on the new one, right?
I'm not sure.
Wolf
No, basically, I think it's going to be kind of a horror one. It says the story is Dr. Ray Stantz, Director of Recruitment, Research, and Training Certification, needs your help. An old apartment building in New York's Garment District is being haunted by an ancient ghost. and you and your friends and family will strap on a positron collider and bust any ghosts you find in the apartment. So basically, you get to go through this whole thing that they've mapped out in your VR, and you get to hunt ghosts.
Oh my god, how much fun would that be?
That sounds amazing.
You know what? You could be walking around going, I ain't scared of no ghosts.
Like,
No ghosts.
I would be screaming the whole time, we came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Yeah.
So,
That's fantastic.
like, and then this, I wanted to look into this Nicodemus one. I mean, because Ralph Breaks the VR, that's just going to be a fun kids one. We all know
Yeah,
this.
like if you have kids, it'd be really fun to take
It's probably
them.
something to do, it's obviously something to do with Ralph and
Yeah.
all them. But Nicodemus is called Nicodemus, Demon of Evanishment.
Ooh, that
This is in
sounds
the
fun.
summer of 1893. A tragic demonstration in the electro-spiritualism exhibit at the World's Columbian Exposition brought something terrible into the world. You travel back in time with your friends and family to explore the history of World's Fair and uncover what exhibit released. So basically another horror-style VR, I think.
Oh wow, that sounds
So
great.
that sounds like a fun thing. We might all have to do that one of these days once we're not on lockdown.
Yeah.
And we
you
can
know.
go, we can experience it, and let everybody know how it is, and our
Yeah. We'll,
Yeah, that's
hopefully
true.
we'll just have some reviews for you. Tell you what we do.
yeah.
So
Do you have anything to add, Dr. Chase?
I have a review.
Ooh,
he has a review, a cheesy review.
the doctor has a review.
Now, if anybody knows the doctor's proclivities have something to do with horror.
Yes,
I love me some horror,
Oh,
particularly cosmic horror.
Cosmic horror.
In particular, good old Mr. H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft put out a story called The Color Out of Space a long time ago. Loved the book, or loved the story. It was about this meteor that came out of the sky, and it shown this impossible to define purplish pink color. What ended up happening is like the farmers land who it landed on thought that it was a good thing, as a boon. It made all of his animals bigger, right? Mm-hmm. And it made all his like fruits like gigantic, fruits and vegetables, right?
it was
Gigantic.
huge.
Right.
Huge.
When people
Huge.
tasted the fruits, they tasted rotten.
Ooh,
The animals began having a bad temperament. The people inside the house, the domicile there, started going nuts
ooh,
because
Kinda like
just
the crazies?
the color existing in their backyard, right? So what happened is this last year, someone put out, I think it was 2020 actually, someone put out in early January, Guillermo del Toro, I think.
Oh, I love Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
His work is amazing.
And I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about Nicolas Cage.
Okay, I love Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is one guy that you can kind of see he doesn't not accept work. He wants to make him some money. That being said, when he does indie horror films, like for example Mandy, he is fantastic.
What about 8mm?
8mm, he was actually real good at.
He was really great in 8mm.
So, that being said, this movie, they do a really great job, and Nicolas Cage is in it. And he does a really great job as, like, this common, guy that doesn't want to be his dad, raising his family in a farmhouse, right? And, things start to go crazy after this this purple light appears out of the sky and lands in the backyard and becomes this big purplish stone, right? My recommendation is go see it, especially if you're into cosmic horror. The whole thing about it is that it encapsulates the feeling that if you're kind of seeing it out of the view of the characters, there are things that are out there that don't care that your life is going this way or that way, because they will destroy everything that they see.
I have never heard of that.
Cosmic horror?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Oh yeah.
It sounds really good. I would love to watch it.
Yeah, Lovecraft embodies the idea that if, say, there was a god in the universe,
Yep.
which I'm not going to say one way or another.
We're not gonna.
Yeah, we don't
bring
go
that
there.
up?
We don't go there.
Nope, it's not in our thing.
It's not our vocabulary.
Nope.
But Howard's idea is that if there's a God in the universe, they're gigantic and uncaring about us. We are like ants to them. And if we were able to see one of them in their true form, it would drive us completely nuts.
You know what that? Okay. Side note. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
That one episode of Goosebumps where. Do you know what I'm talking about? The one episode of Goosebumps where this kid had an ant farm.
Oh.
And he was just like, whatever. Then one day he wakes up and he's looking at his family, and to get these like blue pellets, he goes, what the hell's going on? He looks up and the ants are feeding them, and it's like
The ants are farming them.
the ants are farming them. And like how like that just kind of like popped in my head when you said that.
Well, that's the thing with that. It seems like with those ants, it seems like the ants are being vindictive. They're trying to change the place. The whole thing about cosmic horror is that this monster that you think of, this God, is something that does not care. He does not think about you even as ants. So cosmic horror, I'd say go watch it wherever you can. Color Out of Space.
They are the Destructor. They are Zool.
A little bit more intense than that, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's going to be the end of this episode. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job, guys. It was fun. We will have, our nerd news next time. We'll have a new top 5. I'm thinking what I'm going to say for the next top 5 is going to be top 5 movies that should be remade. Might be hard. Might not be. I don't know. We'll see what we come up with. And, of course, we'll have the Dr. Cheese opinions. Again, I think I really like doing that. That's fun.
Yeah, Dr. Cheese's expert medical
Cheese.
advice.
And we'll have Tank Girl's review.
Tank Girl will have a review next time for something. I don't know what
Whatever
it'll
I feel like.
be. She'll see. All right, we're signing off. This is Blasphemous.
This is Dr. Cheese.
This is Tank Girl.
And this is the Munch Bros Double Feature.